Stocksbridge Park Steel.
Hello and welcome here to the live commentary of the Northern Premier League East game between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Pontefract Collieries. A big match coming up today as the Steels chase a place in the playoffs. We'll go through the teams now with you. So the Stocksbridge team is Ben Townsend in goal. It's Bailey Ty Baker. Jack Tinker, who comes in for Jordan Lemon. Keegan Townrow. Charlie Oglesby. Ethan Bojang, who comes in for Alex O'Connor. Curtis Turner. Ross Goodwin, who comes in for Charlie Wood, Luke Rawson, Thomas Poole, and then Lewis McCaskill. Thomas Poole returning from his suspension and replacing Ifya Fabu. The bench is Jordan Lemon, Alex O'Connor, Charlie Wood, Ifya Fabu, and Zach Durnley. The Pontefract team is Lloyd Allinson in goal. Then it's Jack Greenoff, Jack Shepherd, Harry Spratt, Spencer Harris, Spencer Clark, Gavin Roffery, Cody Cormack, Declan Bacon, Adam Priestley, and then Michael Dunn. The bench is Jack Steers, James Baxendale, Jordan Emery, Ben Turner, and Jamie Williams. So, big match for Stocksbridge today as they look to try and see if they can cement a place in the playoffs. Currently 4 points ahead of Dunstan in 6th place, with Dunstan having that game in hand against Grimsby Borough. Grimsby Borough are going to have plenty of games played. They've just had their match called off today. Pontefract technically could still be promoted, but they could also be relegated. That's how tight the league is this year. Though realistically, neither will happen. So the Steels will be hoping to try and catch a Pontefract who may well be on their holidays. Say that tentatively. I'm Adam Allcroft, your commentator today, in case I forgot to introduce myself. So we'll, as we just get a couple of minutes away from kickoff now, it's going to be an exciting match for sure. Games between Stockbridge and Pontefract usually have drama. They usually have action. We think about the game here last year, where Ben Partridge scored in the 97th minute to win it for the Steels, a 10-man Steel side. Think of the 3-2, where Pontefract almost came back from 3-0 down on Boxing Day to draw. In the end, Steels held on to win 3-2. And even the other game over at Pontefract last season was 1-0, but only thanks to a Jordan Lemon red card in the last minute, where he saved it, a shot with his hand, and then Ed Hall made the fault save. So Ethan Bojang stands over the ball now, prepared for kickoff. And we wait to see if the Steels can pick up a massive win. So we wait, just Bojang just standing over. And he gets the okay from the referee, Mr. Wright, and here we go. So the Steels in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, and blue socks, kicking from left to right, while Pontefract in the claret and blue shirts, claret shorts, and blue, sky blue socks, kicking from left to right. Ball just goes over the top from Stocksbridge, but it is going to go bounce back to Allinson. He's not going to be challenged by that one very much. So back with the goalkeeper who has made a few errors this season for Pontefract and made one at Brackenmore last season, a big one. That was why Ben Partridge got that goal. Goal's not followed by Stocksbridge there, but cleared away by Harris. Goes through to Roffery, gets it back onto the right-hand side for Cromack, sends through, blocked off by Turner, and it's back with him now, but it's a poor pass, but he's fouled as he does it, and it's a quick early free kick just a minute into this one. So Steels will have the free kick inside their own half, and Turner is actually a bit more than you'd have suspected from that, because he's getting up quite gingerly at the moment. But he is now, we're going to make his way, hoping to try and run this one off. Would be a huge miss if he would have to go off later in the game. There are midfield reinforcements at the moment, at least, thanks to Wood and O'Connor, who've been in good form and will be disappointed to be dropped to this one, but with just 2 games in 3 days, it's what has to happen, unfortunately. Ball going long, Goodwin's going to look to get head on. He does head it on, but no one's there. It's going to be headed down. And Rawson nicks onto it. Well saved by Allison. And McCaskill didn't gamble. It was a poor back header from Jack Shepherd, which Rawson managed to get onto, but Allison closed it down to make the save. Early opportunity for the Steels there, and they can't take advantage. It's still 0-0 here. After just a minute of action, Rawson almost putting the Steels in the lead. Steels clear a long one there, but Pontefract pushed it right back, blocked off by Tinker, who heads it out of play. It's going to be a throw. McCaskill did get a foot onto it to try and keep it in, but it doesn't work out there. So we will try and keep you up to date with some of the other local fixtures of games that have gone ahead. There's been a few torrential downpours in places that's called a few games off. So that is disappointing for them, and could be difficult for the secretaries to rearrange at the time. Secretaries often the hardest picking people at the club because they've got to try and talk to other clubs and get things going. Poor touch there from McCaskill's. Let it go back to Stocksbridge, but Clearson's only on to Townsend. He's not back, and he's going to be one to chase, but Townsend is going to follow that. It's just going to go outside box. He has to kick it forward, and now Thomas Poole returning on the right wing will chase down Jack Shepherd. Shepherd's going to cover that, and Poole's going to harass him all the way. Poole gets a touch off him, and the Steels have earned a corner out of that. Jack Shepherd really not happy, and he's going to immediately go over to the linesman there. That's something to expect from Pontefract. They do like to challenge the referees on occasion. Say hello to everyone who's listening to us today. Do feel free to comment on our chat there, and we will try and get back to you. We'll try and shout you out as Steels have an early opportunity from this set piece. Steels starting brightly in this game. Just as they do over at Pontefract. Here comes the ball in. Lofted ball, looks for the far post. Keeper's going to claim that with very little challenge. Keegan Townro's the one who's getting a shout out from Ian Richards for not blocking that off. He could have potentially stopped the path of Allinson there. But it's going to be back with the goalkeeper now, who's now sending it long. Baker's going to want to try and get ahead onto this. Going to drop short, but Goodwin gets touched, but only back to Pontefract. We send it long before Townrow knocks it away. Going to be Shepherd who's going to cover that off the next time. He hopes to do a better job. This time, pass it back to Allinson. Rawson's going to challenge, and Allison's going to clear it out. And he's going to go back to Turner, who heads it forward. Goodwin would try to get onto that, but cleared away by Pontefract again. Turner gets back to it in the right back position, sends it long. Rawson's offside. He can't chase onto that. McCaskill's going to be the one who presses Allinson, and Allinson has to just boot it out to play. Steel's pressure on this Pontefract defence is working really well so far. It's a bright start from the home side. Baker coming over to take this throw in now. Baker will throw it down looking for Poole. Poole takes a touch. It's not a bad touch from Poole. It's going to bounce right off him and go out for a Pontefract throw in. A disappointing touch from him there. Returns after 3 games being suspended. That sending off against Grimsby Borough a few weeks ago. Well, in the last few games, he has been missed a constant goal threat. And we have struggled for goals in the second half this season as Turner heads this one forward and then he headed away second time by Pontefract. But only that's a good one. He's trying to get it to the edge to McCaskill. Takes a good touch, McCaskill. Bounces, takes a shot, but there's not much strength on it. Allinson will get down low to save that fairly comfortably. McCaskill, though, quite good. He just wishes... Quite a good snapshot there from Lewis McCaskill, but he just can't get the turn on it there. There's a power on the turn, and Allinson didn't really have much trouble with that one. Sent long by Pontefract, who headed it on there for Bacon, who sent it to chase down the wing, but Oglesby's going to cover that and send it down, and Bojang heads it onto Rawson, who flicks onto McCaskill. Offside flag goes up there before McCaskill can race on goal. Oh. As we just hear some of our fans shouting some things at the Pontefract players. Fine things, just more things about them moaning about the referee. And it's going to go back here for Pontefract to send this ball long. They do send it long. Oglesby heads it away. Bojang gets onto it first. Bojang's clearance is charged down there by Roffery, and the Seals will get the throw-in. So, right now we are currently 5 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 here, but the Steels looking very bright in these early moments as Tinker throws the ball downfield. Rawson heads on, but it's going to go back to Pontefract. And it's opened up a bit from here. Sent it on for Priestley to chase, but it's too far, that pass, and Townsend will come and collect it. First glimpse of Pontefract attacking prowess there, coming off a win on Saturday. Ball sent long here from Townsend. Rawson trying to chase, but he's right around the arm. Nothing's going to be given. Bojang's going to head it back for Rawson, chase it down, and this time the foul will be given on Rawson for going over the top of him. And now it's going to be a free kick for the Steels, about 30 yards out. And Thomas Poole has immediately grabbed hold of that one. He's thinking after all this time out, he wants the shot, I think. So Thomas Poole here, who looking to add to his tally. One of 2 players who's got over 10 goals for the Steels this season. Him and Ifya Faber, who was on the bench today. So Poole here just looking to decide which way he's going to go. Is he going to try and cross the ball in right-footed? It is on the left-hand side, or is he going to try and shoot and curl this in top corner? I think it's a bit far out for the shot myself, but we'll see what Poole does. Here comes Poole. He's going to chip the ball in, looks at the far end. Oglesby gets clear, misses the header, Oglesby! Oglesby broke loose of his marker. He goes diving header to try and get on the end of it. He just can't connect. It should really be 1-0. Oglesby should be getting on the end of that, but in the end it will remain 0-0. It's a let-off for Pontefract. Steels continuing to start off really well in this game. Back here for Allinson now to take the goal kick. He'll be very glad because we couldn't get on the end of that. Allinson sending along, it's going to curl. He might go out to play this, but Shepherd is going to head it on back to Baker, who sends it long but easy for Pontefract to clear. And that one might go by Allinson. It's gone Baker, who's broke through here. Fantastic tackle from Jack Tinker there. Bacon's gone down. He maybe hurt there, Declan Bacon. Bacon had gone 1-on-1 there. Completely clear that they were going to be certain to score, but in the end, Jack Tinker with a fantastic sliding challenge, completely fair one as well, gets the ball cleanly. Bacon has come off worse from that, though, and it might be that instead of going home, Bacon's going to have to be brought off. So, scary moment for the Steels there, who really could have easily gone 1-0 down, but Jack Tinker, incredible work rate from him to get back, fantastic sliding challenge, and he saves the Steels from conceding there. It's just going to have a little break and play thanks to Declan Bacon just needing treatment there. Not even Pontefract could claim that was a penalty, though. Incredible challenge from Jack Tinker. He's been out for quite a few weeks with a back problem and been on the bench, so waiting for his opportunity. And he's shown that he's fully fit and raring to go with that tackle. Great to see from Tinker, and Bacon will have to limp off here. We'll see if Pontefract are going to thinking of a substitution. You know, the Tadcaster game's been delayed because one of the referees has been injured in Warmouth and they're having to find a replacement. So that's welcome to non-league. Normally, obviously, in a professional game, the fourth official would take on that role. We don't have four officials at this level. So just have a break. There's going to be a throw to Pontefract because Ben Townsend just threw it out, but it is just going to be thrown back to him here. Because as Bacon makes his way off here, I wonder if he can return there because he doesn't look particularly great for him. You'd expect to see someone like Baxendale coming on if that is it for him. Priestley's actually just going to throw it out for the goal kick. He's making sure he's not caught out of position, Priestley, the Gibraltar international. Do bear in mind, if you are on our website, just make sure to try and vote on our Player of the Season awards. We have a Player of the Season and Goal of the Season up for voting on at stocksbridgeps.co.uk at the moment. Oh, it's just to let you know about Tadcast. So yeah, but Bacon won't be able to continue after that one, and it's Baxendale, the former Walsall forward, who scored down the road at Hillsborough for Walsall. He's the man who is coming on and scored against Stocksbridge for Worksop last season. As a ball going long here, knocked on by Rawson. McCaskill trying to chase onto it. It's going to be claims for both sides. Pontefract win that claim here. Yeah, over at Tadcaster, with that linesman being injured, Brett Agnew, the former Tadcaster Fallen Brindleton manager, is going to be the linesman there. So just wait for Greenhoff. He's going to throw it long down the line. And headed on by Pontefract. Might be some space here, but Goodwin's going to win his head, but it's only gone back there to Cromack, who's knocked it long. Headed away by Townrow, though. Bojang will touch it unlucky for McCaskill. Good to by McCaskill. Overhead kick it, lucky for Rawson, but it's blocked off, and now there's going to be a clash in the middle, and Pontefract win the free kick there. Yeah, just a heavy clash in the middle. So a free kick for Pontefract just inside their own half. Sending it long here. Looking for Priestley. Priestley gets the touch backwards, but Bojang only half clears it back. And it goes back to him immediately, though. Bojang going to send it on looking for Rawson, and Rawson might open up for Rawson a bit. It's a good touch, and he's looking for the road. Poole. It's a great run for Poole. Bojang's in the middle looking for the cross. Poole just needs to put the cross in. It's a good low cross, but it's blocked off by Pontefract. The opportunity being eliminated there. Poole still has it. Not going out of play. Another crossing. Not great. Bojang gets a touch, and it's straight at Allinson there. It's not maybe a bit more power. Bojang may have got his first goal for the Steels. But there's definitely opportunity for the Steel side. I feel like they've had some good ones early on in this game. Allinson sending this one long. Going to be won here by Townrow, who heads it away, but only back here for Spratt. Appeals for a free kick, and they get it about a second or two late. You may be hearing the typical Craig Rouse roar at this point. Anytime a foul is given against Pontefract, you will expect him to have this roar. So just having a stoppage play while it's currently Harry Spratt who's down. Hurt. But he is going to get up now. Free kick is on the halfway line. goal to tell you about. Stockton Town have taken lead against Consett. Kevin Hayes has scored that one in that local derby. And Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead against Accrington Stanley through Dennis Adeniran. So Pontefract now in free kick. They're looking to try and get this ball in despite it being, well, I say it was on the halfway line. They took a couple of yards there. But here comes free kick, right-footed in from Spencer Harris, looking to get it onto the right wing. He takes it, chests it down well and knocks it out for Spratt. Spratt's looking to turn his man, turner well, gets the ball in, but Oglesby clears it away first time. Headed back in though by Pontefract for Tinkerted away, and it's well touched by McCaskill, who's going to knock it long, and Paul's going to chase this and try and press Shepherd into a mistake, and Shepherd just boots this one out for the throw-in on the right-hand side, and Baker's running over to try and take this as quickly as possible, but I don't think the options are going to be available for him there. Throwing going in, looking for Turner, knees it down, Turner back with Baker. Baker takes the touch, now back with Turner, turning it through to Poole. Poole's going to be dragged down, and the free kick is given to the Steels there. And as Pontefract kicked the ball away as that foul was given out, it'd be a harsh yellow card for that one, because I think it was still near enough to the whistle where it was just reactions, but he's going to get a talking to, Spencer Clark, there for that. And you will get the referee, Mr. Wright, here is going to talk to him. Clark will get off with it, and that is a right decision in fairness, because it was close enough to the whistle where it was like definitely not any attempt. So we've got a free kick here about 25 yards out, but Poole will take it. I think while it is close to goal, I think he'll look for the cross, especially with Allinson protecting that near post and him being right-footed. So Poole here will look for the likes of Rawson and Oglesby. Again, Oglesby was so close to connecting to the last free kick. So here comes the free kick. Referees are still marshalling the wall back. And referee will go just to continue to wait. Poole ready in his stance with some movement on the edge of the area from the Stocksbridge players. Goodwin in particular, moving constantly. Here comes Goodwin's movement. He's completely free. Ball going through. Boateng gets it! Fantastic set piece from Thomas Poole. You couldn't ask for a better delivery. And Ethan Bojang peels off his man, gets a bullet header onto it. But somehow, when you almost look certain to hit the back of the net, it goes just wide. The Steels are having their opportunities right now, but they'll need to make sure they are not punished for not taking them. Just not Pontefract looking quite weak from the set pieces so far. So we are currently 14 minutes into this game, and it is 0-0 right now, but not for the lack of Stocksbridge chances. As the ball goes long, Bojang's being wrestled, and he gets a free kick for the shirt pull in there. And Steels will get the ball back very quickly. As Turner tried to take it, Priestley blocked off the free kick there, and I wondered if Priestley was going to get a talking to from the referee. He isn't going to at this point. Priestley trying to stop the quick one taken. He's currently blocking off currently, but still. As Tamro now going to take the free kick, looking for McCaskill at the far end, but headed away well by Greenoff. Back for Bojan to collect. Who gives it back to Tinker. Tinker takes a touch, cuts inside. Ball going to go diagonally. Goodwin chests it in, looking for Poole. Poole takes a good touch. Poole takes a strike. It's not very powerful, and it's going to trickle just wide. Stocksbridge are all over the Pontefract defence at the moment, but Poole didn't get a clean connection onto that, and it's going to be out for another goal kick. Back for Allinson to say Allinson will be very. Allinson actually hasn't been forced into a save other than that early Rawson one, and the Steels will just need to get their shooting boots on because the opportunities are being made. They're just not being taken at the moment. Back here now for Allinson to take. Allinson's going to scan. He might go right out of play. This. I think Shepherd's going to have to keep it in. He does keep it in, but it's going to be, and eventually is cleared. Goes out to Dunn, who peels for a handball, not given as Dunn runs at the defence. It's a good little turn to take Turner out of the game. Takes the pass looking for Priestley, but Bojang's back into collect, and Turner clears out to McCaskill, who's just took good touch to beat his man, but it's being covered there by Greenoff, and Allinson runs out to clear it. Going to go bounce out to be a Steels throw in it. Feels like a Steels goal might be coming at the moment, but they do just need to take the opportunities that they're being gifted at the moment. Back here for Tinker. Long throw down line, looking for Rawson, who knocks it on to McCaskill. McCaskill looking to turn, but it's knocked off and it's beaten. Rawson can't stop it, and he goes back for Baxendale, who sending it long, but Oglesby will head it away. Been collected in the midfield by Pontefract, who's sending it long, but only back to Oglesby, who's going to clear it upfield, looking for Rawson, chests it down, looking to turn, but he's going to be tackled. It's out of play, going to be a Steels throw in despite appeals from the Pontefract players. Tinker sends it down quickly along to McCaskill. McCaskill might have the beating of Harris here. He does. Harris just needs to turn around, gets the boot on his man, needs to find someone in the middle. The cross is deflected, and Allison will claim before it goes out. Peels for a corner, and he gets it, though. Allison does not collect it in time. And the Steels have another set piece where they have looked good so far. As it's going over, Thomas Poole back on corner duty here today. Turner didn't do enough to keep those corners and free kicks over the 3 games it's been away. So here comes Poole's corner. Lots of movement in the box, particularly from Goodwin. Here comes one look for the near post. Flicks on, and it's somebody's got in the back of the net there. I think we're seeing that Thomas Poole scored straight from the corner. I thought Ross Goodwin was claiming it there. But no, it's going to be Thomas Poole who's gone straight from the corner. But Thomas Poole's claiming it. Lemon's telling me it's a no goal. So we're seeing it's been given as Ross Goodwin. I think Goodwin was giving it right to Thomas Poole there from the free kick. So it's 1-0 Steels here. I didn't think the corner was that good as it went in, but it completely outfoxed the Pontefract defence. And now Pontefract right back on it. Mikey Dunn tearing down the left-hand side. He might have the beating of Baker. If Baker's trying to bit of physicality, he forces Dunn to hold up as he gets to the byline. Tries to get Baker, gets the tackle in. Back foot. Shepherd puts the cross in, but Turner slices the clearance. He goes back in. It only goes to Tinker, though, that pass through, and Tinker will get the ball out. Shepherd here will have the throw-in now. Back with Shepherd after that throw-in. He's going to put the ball down the line, but Baker, it's only a ball header away. Baker's going to have to work hard to get back in. He's trying to cover it. I think it came off Dunn last, and it doesn't. It's going to be a goal kick. So after 18 minutes, the Steels leading 1-0 here. We're just bit undecided with the goal. Did Goodwin get a touch onto it, or Jordan Lemon told us from the bench that he didn't get a touch onto it, Goodwin. I think Goodwin looked like he was giving it over to Tucker there. But anyway, it's now back with Townsend for the goal kick. I thought it went straight in because Goodwin went over. Ball going long here, but headed away by Pontefract. Back to Goodwin. Sent it long for Poole, but I think Poole's offside. He's going to leave that one. Poole, he knows he was offside by just a yard there. As it goes back to Allinson here. Massive goal in the promotion race, that. Would take Stocksbridge up to 4th place there. As it's now back with Allinson, who's sending it long. Tinker's trying to get a touch onto it, but it's Priestley here who does. He's going down to the right wing, sends it down to Chase, but it's gone right out play. It's going to be Steele's throw-in as well. Back now for Tinker to take. Tinker will just take his time over this throw-in here as Steels will now, let's see if they can go and extend this lead. McCaskill heads it back looking for Rawson. Rawson gets it, controls it out, and he's going to look for Baker. It's a great pass. Turner's racing out in front of him. Baker's looked for the option. He's going to get through to Bojang, who first touch pass gets back to Turner. Turner just needs to keep it in. He can't do, but some lovely play there. I think Turner just didn't have the pace to get onto it, but it was good play from the Steels there. Looking the better side at the moment. You're just thinking how much of a let off we got when Tinker made that fantastic challenge at the start. Now back for Allinson to take. Allinson will sending it long here, looking here, but it's going to be Poole heads it first, and it goes back to Baker, who's sent it long, looking for Rawson. Rawson gambled on the defender missing it, but it does block it off. Just a battle in the middle. It's going to go out of play here, and it's going to be Stocksbridge's throw-in here. The Pontefract bench are not giving the ball back at the moment because they're that insistent it was their throw-in. Eventually do roll it away from where the throw-in's meant to be taken. As it now goes back for Baker to take. Baker throwing it down the line. Going to go to Rawson, who controls it well. Rawson goes down for Goodwin, just smashes it off a Pontefract player. I thought you actually going to be Steele's throwing there because he smashed one of their players, but no, it's going to be a throwing Pontefract way. So, going to be down here for Shepherd to take the throw, and he's going to look to get it as far down as possible. And it's going to bounce favourably for Dunn, who takes a good touch and collects it in his feet. Priestley on the run in front of him, but the pass is just too ahead of him, and it's going to be a throw into the Steels. Good opportunity for Pontefract to try and break through, was stopped by their own poor passing in the end. Trying to do too much in too little space there. So it's back now here for Bojang, for Baker, who's going to take this throwing. Baker going to throw it right down the line, looking for Goodwin, but Goodwin's header only goes back to Pontefract to clear it upfield. Towner's going to go for the header, but he said he just volleys it away. But it's good in the pass of Greenoff, who's got some space, gets it through here to Baxendale. There's a bit coming together between Townrow and Priestley here, who are having some shoving and going here. And Townrow may have put his arm up there. There's Adam Priestley here. There's a lot of coming together, and welcome to Pontefract tactics here. They're looking to a wind-up, looking to cause reaction, and Priestley got one there. We'll see what's going to happen here. The referee had his back to it as Priestley made the initial connection. And now we're going to see if Townrow might get a bit of a penalisation for his reaction. So, is it going to work? We'll see what happens now. Referee has a decision to make. I think we might see some bookings here. I don't think we're going to see anything more. You see, he's going into the box. It's going to be the yellow card is coming out here. He's trying to order some of the players away here. As Pontefract continue to complain here, and I think Priestley might be getting a yellow card as well here. So, referee trying to keep control of this before it. Pontefract games do have a tendency to go off the rails at times. So we'll see how the referee plans to keep control of this. So yellow card for Townrow, and that is going to be it for now. Priestley, who instigated the whole thing, is going to get away with it for now. And Madam Priestley continues to complain at the line, despite the fact he has actually got away with one, then probably should be in the book himself. Throw it here for Tinker anyway on the other side. Goal to tell you about. North Shields have taken lead in Shildon. Paul Van Zandvlier he scored there. You wouldn't believe that he's a local North Shields lad, would you, with that a name like that? Sounds like he's from Amsterdam, not North Shields. Ball through to McCaskill, knocks through to Rawson. Rawson, good touch, and he's going to get it across the pitch, and Baker's going to try and look to be the first one onto it. He gets a bit of a touch, but not enough, and that allows Shepherd to get it away. It's cleared down the line here for Mikey Dunn on the left-hand side. Pass it back into the field, knocked over the top, but it's too heavy, and it's going to go back. Adam Priestley did actually also get a yellow card there. I think it was 2 quick yellows. Didn't notice Priestley get one. Going long here, and it's going to be back-headed there. McCaskill's going to look to get into it. Rawson's the one who does it. First up by Rawson. Looking to get some space, but he's got 2 men around him, and he's going to get bullied out of that before it goes back to Allenson here. Allenson's ball only back to Turner, though. Turner has not got any options. He's forced backwards. Going to get it to Tinker now on the left-hand side. Tinker just going to allow it to roll in front of him and knock it forward. And it's going to now be cleared by Pontefract. And Pontefract looking to get on the counter before Oglesby's sliding tackle stops that. But it's a poor Bassett. Just gives it right back to Pontefract in midfield there. With Spratt now, who's been harassed by Goodwin all the way. And that pass now being blocked up by Tinker. Tinker's going to continue, gets the ball down the line, but it's not really headed anywhere. Harris is going to collect that comfortably and give back to Allenson. Goodwin is on the... Well, he was on the charge, and that's forced Allenson into a poor ball. I think there was a bit of handball there from referee not given, and McCaskill can't control it before it goes out of play. It's going to be a Steele's throw-in anyway. Tinker coming over now to take this throw-in. Bit of a shock scoreline happening. Tadcaster are in the lead against Bridlington. Omar Sanyang has taken it. Tinker throws it in to Bojang. Back for Tinker, who's got some space, but he's closed down quickly, looking to get to the byline. Ball goes in, comes off the Pontefract man. Going to be another Steele's corner here from the same place where they got the goal in earlier on in the match. So it's back now here for Poole to take this corner. So Poole will take the corner, looking near post and just headed over the top by the Oglesby there. Oglesby's looking desperate for a goal at the moment, and especially after that great save against Stockton that stopped him scoring and equalised there, and then just missing his diving header there, not being able to connect. Steele, surprisingly, against such a physical side at Pontefract, are winning everything in the air at the moment. 26 minutes at the moment. Gone. Goes long. Goodwin wins that header. Bojang knocks it long. McCaskill's going to look to chase, and he blocks the clearance there. It's going to go around, but Harris is able to get onto that and just knocks it forward, but only for Turner to collect. Not a great first up from Turner, but Silent Hands goes in on him, and it's going to go out to play for a throw-in. Bounce off the fence and right back in there. He made you think for a second. It hadn't actually gone out. Back here for Greenhoff to take. Throwing, big throwing down the line, but Bojang heads that right back looking for Rawson, who chests it down, looking for McCaskill's run, but it'll just go out to play. McCaskill's just missing it on the run there. So back here on the halfway line as the throwing goes down the line. Bojang gets ahead of it only backwards. It's going to be Dunn who's covering that, and I think it may have come off his knee there before it went out. It hasn't though, and it's going to be an attacking throwing for Pontefract here. So back here for, and it's going to be a long throw from Pontefract. We saw this quite a bit over at their ground at Beechnut Lane. And we're going to probably see it again here. Here comes a long throw. Gets so much length on it. It's headed on, and Townsend collects it at the near post. Priestley was looking to nip it on there, but Townsend was aware and moved quickly. It's one of Townsend's great strengths is his movement inside the box himself of being able to cover much more space than a traditional goalkeeper. Townsend is going to send this one long. McCaskill's going to see if he can get onto the end of it. Gets a touch onto it. It could have gone over the top of Al, and somebody's able to claim it there. Would have been a spectacular one, and one we may have added to edit into the goal of the season vote if that one had come off. Going in long here, and Allinson sends it long. McCaskill's fighting for it, and he does get it after a few touches, and he evades a sliding challenge as well. McCaskill looking to beat his man here, but the tackle goes in from Rothery. That knocks out a play for Esteel's throw-in. Tinker's going to come over to take it. Just in front of the UC Build advertising hoarding here as it goes to McCaskill, who lays a good off to Turner, but it's just a bit far for him, and Dunn gets in, but Turner fights for it. Poole gets his foot stuck on the ball there, but Turner grabs it back again. Signing challenge goes in, it's a fair one, and it's a good one. And Pontefract are looking to do the counter, but a poor pass stops it in Town Row. Quick ball looking for McCaskill, but McCaskill's standing offside. I think McCaskill just needs to look on the line sometimes, or else he could have been in there. 29 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 at the moment. 1-0 to the Steels at the moment. Goal coming from the corner. Thomas Poole, we're thinking, went straight in the corner, but there's also claims it could be an own goal or even Ross Goodwin's. Allinson's going to take this free kick now from the offside, sending it long. Cameron's looking to get up for the header. Does get up for the header. I think he's going to be fouled actually as he goes up for it, and that gives Steels a free kick. Townsend's going to come over and take this one now. So it's basically return fire for Stocksbridge after Allison just had the free kick there. So Steele's looking to see if they can try and double their lead and have a bit more, make it a bit more comfortable before the end of the second half. It's going a bit too long there. It's just going to bounce out for a goal kick. Just the keepers trading shots here at the moment, really, just giving the ball back to each other. Proper goalkeepers union stuff. And it's now going to go here for Allinson to take the goal kick. See if that one goes straight out to play and all. Ball going long here, but Bojang who gets somewhat of a header onto it. Goodwin gets the first touch on. Players clash, but it's not going to. Rawson tries to head it on. Does bounce backwards, but it's going to get headed back to Allinson there by Greenhoff, who is covering McCaskill, trying to nip in. Dave. Another goal to tell about in the Northern Premier League East. Grantham Town have taken lead against Lincoln United. Nathan Tyson scoring that one. As Tinker heads that away, McCaskill's going to chase that down, but forces Greenhoff just to kick that one right out of play. Going to be a throw near Tinker to take. Tinker very down the line looking for Bojang. Bojang chests it down, but gives it right back to Tinker. Tinker right-footed pass here to McCaskill. Sends one over the top. Tinker's going to try and race to create an opportunity, but it's just a bit too far for him. He's covered off by the Pontefract defender. and it's going to go out for the goal kick here. Good defensive work from Pontefract, preventing Tinker being able to make anything out of that one. Back here for Allinson now to take. Allinson will send this one long. It looks like it's going to be Goodwin to get the header on. He does, but no one's there to go collect the header. Goodwin's actually going to go challenge Shepherd as he clears out. Only back to Poole, gives it back to Goodwin on the right wing. Not a great touch by Goodwin, and he goes right out play, and this Pontefract will get the throw in. And Pontefract are trying to take as many steps as possible, but Shepherd is told, no, go away. Go back. So he's going to get the big throwing down line here, looking for Goodwin. Goodwin's tripped as he goes. No free kick given before Tinker's able to clear it away. Goes back here to Harris, who's clearing his charge down for Rawson, but only goes to Clark. And he's took a deflection off Rawson that time. And Goodwin's going to send it right back before it's headed right back just to Turner here, who heads up forward, looking for McCaskill. McCaskill leaves it, thinking he was in offside position. Turner knocks it forward, but again, just be cleared back on. It's just tennis at the moment. Goodwin's trying to get onto it, but it's going to get given here. Yeah, but it's a poor pass from Pontefract. Pulls onto it. Pulls going to send one for Ross. Chase, I think it's a bit too heavy there. Allison's going to go claim that as we've just seen the rain come down here a bit. Tadcaster Albion, for the first time this season, have gone 2 goals ahead. Luke Sharry has scored there. Yeah, shot result, Tadcaster already relegated. And there's some positive news for the Steels, not completely yet, but John Shaw has just been sent off for Dunstan, so they're down to 10 men in their game against Hebburn. As the rain just is now coming down quite more heavily. As Greenhoff has a throw in here on the right-hand side. Pitch is holding up, though, just to let you know. Going down the line, headed away by Turner. Pool's looking to get the header on, looking for Rawson, who heads it on again. McCaskill's going to challenge Shepherd, and Shepherd is able to hook it away, but only for Baker to try and get onto it. But Baker, I thought he was going to leave it. Instead, he's going to keep it. Baker sending it down the line, but blocked off there by Shepherd well, and it's going to be a throw-in on the right-hand side. Back for Baker to take this throw-in now. Baker throwing line, looking to get into the box to Rawson. Rawson's been held all the way, and he's going to bounce out there. Rawson was appealing there, but nothing given. You're not going to get something in the box as light as that. Allinson is now going to take this goal kick. We are right now 34 minutes gone, 1-0 to the Steels, thanks to effort from Thomas Poole. Well, we think it was Thomas Poole as Allinson just moves that one right out for a Steels throw-in. Those now back here for Baker to take this throw. Gets another chance to try and get this into the box. Then throw it Shaw looking here for Turner. Turner can be immediately pressed. He's almost out of play there, but Turner keeps in despite the 3 men around him, but Pontefract are able to tackle. They send it along to Oglesby, who heads it into the path of Tinker, who is going to run forward with it. It's a very heavy first touch, but he's going to get through with the second touch. It's a great run from Tinker. Just needs the cross. It's a good-looking cross. It's headed on shot, just wide. Ross Goodwin. It's actually, I thought it was Ross Goodwin. It's one of the Pontefract defenders headed that. It was a fantastic run from Tinker. Great pace from him, and in the end, it's going to be headed out by a Pontefract player. It's another corner for the Steels. Concept of equalising the game against Stockton Town. Scott Fenwick being the goal scorer there. A lot of rain coming down. It sounds a bit like a caravan when the rain's coming onto it at the moment on this stand. Here comes Poole's free kick, a high one, looking for the far post, looking for Rawson, who heads it into the side netting. Always going backwards there, Rawson, to try and get onto that, and he just, with the way I think he getting pressure on him, he was never going to be able to get enough onto that with the ball looping behind him. It was actually impressive him to get something onto that at all. 35 minutes gone in this game, 1-0 to the Steels. But the poor news for it is that despite being down to 10 men, Dale Pearson has just put Dunstan ahead against Hebburn. They're tracking us all the way at the moment as ball goes into the midfield for Pontefract. And they're going to tear down the left-hand side here. It's Mikey Dunn here, being followed by Goodwin. Goodwin gets his foot in, though, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. And it's going to be, as you may have heard ringing shout there, a long throw. Here. Anyway, so it's taking some time to set that up because it's the man coming over to take it is the right back Greenhoff. Wonder if there might be some. They are actually covering that area there. Pontefract know this, their plan for everything, I think, from this sort of throw-in. Here comes the throw-in in, and it's knocked away by Baker, but looks like Dunn is going to be the first onto that on the right wing. He's going to take the touch here. Looks to put the cross in, blocked off by Bojang, and it's McCaskill's going to be the first on, but it's a slide challenge, pulls it away from him. Pontefract will keep possession for now. There's Cromack who had it, now it's back here for Roffery. Roffery touches it back to the full-back here, cuts inside away from Poole, and he's got some space here. He's going to chip a ball forward, but Tinker gets a header onto it, and then Rawson, who's come back to defend, gets a big clearance on it. Pontefract on it still. Poole gets somewhat of a header touch onto it, and then Bojang collects it on that left-hand side, stops him going out of play, and Stocksbridge have the ball back now. With Poole who gets tackled, it's going to go out of play, and it's going to be a Steele's throw-in. So Stocksbridge now needing Hebburn to come back here to really help us out. I think so. His playoffs are really, really tight at the moment. Tinker here will throw the ball down the line. McCaskill's going to head it on, but no one was peeling off for it. Just going to go back to Allinson there. Wasted. I can see there was a training ground plan there, but it is a bit wasted there, really. Right now for Allinson to clear it up. Sending it long here before Bojang heads away, but only back into the Pontefract midfield. They're going to send one long for Mikey Dunn to try and chase. He takes it in really well, takes it away from Town Row, lays a pass off to the left-hand side. It's Spratt here on the left-hand side, looking to put a cross in. Baker's covering him. Spratt puts a high, lofted cross in. It's going to go to the opposite side, and it's going to be collected there by Roffery, who passes it back to Greenhoff. They're looking to get a better ball in this time, and he goes down there, and that allows Lewis McCaskill to get it away. But it's going to be tackled, and now it's back with Cromack. Cromack going to put the ball into Priestley, gets a good touch, peels for offside, not given, ball's going over the top, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Steele's get a bit of a let-off on that occasion. Good play from Pontefract, lacked a final ball there. So, back here for Townsend to take the goal kick in what has been a positive half for the Steels so far. Back for Townsend, who will send this one long. Looking for Goodwin here. It's just going to go to the top and head back into midfield, but only for Tinker to knock it right forward. And it's back to Pontefract, and Priestley will controls it well, gets it back to there. But Bojang with a great tackle gets in there. Lays it off for a pass for Rawson, looking for Bojang. The deflection takes it back into Bojang's path, who turns really well, looking to get it to McCaskill, but the final pass don't work. Bojang's gone down there, he's hurt, and I think because it's a head injury, the game has to be stopped. Sam Ewins, the physio, will now head out to treat Bojang, who looking like he will going back up. It looks like he may just got hit to the face there at some point. Didn't see anything, any arms go up though on him. So a shame because it was looking like a good attacking move for the Steels there, but Bojang will be back to his feet. Sam Ewins just doing a couple of customary checks. The problem is that because Sam's gone on, he will have to go off for a second now, Bojang, who I think had a very good game so far, ticking things over in the midfield. Oh, Steve Turner, I've just seen in the comments, McCaskill to score up the Steels. He did have one effort that he tried to lob the keeper with a volley and just couldn't get the height on it there, as volley's now going to go back and Bojang will head off for a second. I imagine he'll have a very quick return to the pitch. The ball will be given back to Stocksbridge to try and see if they can relaunch this attack. So Pontefract have managed to get all back in position here. Back here to Tinker, sends it forward to Goodwin. Touch goes sideways now to Turner. Turner controlling it. Trying to get it for Poole, and it's a Porter from Greenhoff. It's going to take it out for a Steele's throw in there. Just got the attendance alert here. It's 154 here today at Brackenmore on Easter Monday. Thank you for everyone who has attended this game. As Baker now will throw it down the line looking for Turner. Turning for a little push though. He goes back to Baker. Baker cutting inside, going to put the ball in left footed, looking for Goodwin, but headed away behind Goodwin. Bojang's going to look to keep the pressure on, and the Roffery's clearance was kind of blocked, but also got through in the end, and the counter attack is trying to get through, and it is with Dunn, but Tinker's sliding challenge gets it away. Now Oglesby will clear it, looking for Rawson, who chests it down well, looking to get round the defender, but bounces to Clark, who is able to clear it up, looking for Spratt here, and now it's going to go down to the wing for Pontefract to chase, but Oglesby takes the first touch, takes a good touch, and then he's going to send it back down the line, but only back into the midfield. Pontefract will keep this pressure up with Baxendale right now. Bojang goes in with a good challenge, so it's going to be a throw-in to Pontefract on the right wing. So back here, And it's going to be Greenhoff to take it. No long throw just yet, though. I imagine from this position we'll see long throws in the second half should it remain at this scoreline. First throwing down the line, and Pontefract player goes down, and they've got a free kick in a dangerous position. And this is where the Steels will need to really defend strongly. They've been the better team in the first half, but it would be quite typical for Pontefract to get a smash and a grab goal at this stage. They are quite strong from set pieces. Spencer Clark, who we've just seen walk into the box now, is going to be the man to watch from this sort of free kick. Oglesby's on him. So here we're just waiting, and I think there's just an unmarked man there. Spratt actually, I know it is Baxendale coming in. He's going to take. Here comes the ball coming in. It's a high lofted ball. Header from Clark. It's going to go to Priestley on the left hand side, who volleys it well over. That I thought is actually going to. That's ended up looping so high and wide. It's ended up hitting the baluster and decking advertising hoarding we have on the far hand side. Goal to tell you about in a West Yorkshire derby. Brighouse Town are 1-0 up on Ossett United. Corey Gregory scoring that one. As we just see Townsend prepared to take this goal kick. Townsend finally getting a chance to face some people for the second time because he faced these off at Pontefract and got a very charming welcome from the fans there. As Bojang just trying to chase onto that, but it's going to be cleared down the line by Pontefract. And it's Tinker on it who's been harassed all the way. He's no foul given yet. He's kept it in somehow, Tinker, eventually sending it out for a Pontefract front. Pontefract are really having some control of the game as we get towards the end of this first half. So throwing down line from Pontefract, going to go for Turner to head it away. McCaskill's going to fight for this one, but it's going to bounce here for Cromack before it goes to Greenhoff down the line for Dunn, who's Dunn takes a poor touch and it goes out to play for a throw-in for the Steels. We are 44 minutes gone in this game, and it is 1-0 to the Steels at the moment. We haven't seen the board go up for out of time for the first half yet. Tinker throwing it down the line, and it's going to be headed away by Pontefract. Priestley will head it back into their own midfield, but Poole gets onto it, flicks on looking for Rawson, but headed back away by Clark, but only for Town Road to clear it up. Rawson's going to challenge for it again, and he does head it on. Needs to do it again, and he does somewhat win the touch. He's been harassed all the way. Needs to let off a pass here, but Rawson's going to try and let off a Poole, and I'm surprised advantage wasn't given, and it's going to be a booking there for Harry Spratt. Steals with a late free kick and a very unhappy Craig Rouse there. And this is in shooting position for Thomas Poole. So it's a great opportunity right at the end of this first half for the Steels trying to double their lead. Thomas Poole, who has set-piece prowess, but despite that, he's only ever scored 2 free kicks, and the last one was against Cleethorpes Town all the way back in October. And he didn't really mean that one either. And even the one against Goldcar, he came off the back of the goalkeeper that we kind of let him have it. Barnsley have taken a 1 goal against Shrewsbury, by the way. Nicky Cadden scoring that goal. So Thomas Poole is sighting up. If there's players on the line here thinking they're going to get it, they aren't. Thomas Poole, I'm sure, is going to go for this. He's going to go for this near far post. I'm certain of it. He's actually going to go for the far post. It's a spectacular free kick from Thomas Poole. He's going for the far corner there. Lloyd Ellison can't do a single thing about it. It loops in. It's 2-0 Steels at the end of the half. There is absolutely no question about that whose goal that one is. It's a fantastic free kick from Thomas Poole, who is announcing his return to the first team with a plum at the moment. Just had Marcy say, we're going to have to re-edit this now, aren't we, the goal of the season, and put that in. He's going to be really annoyed at us now that we've done it. And that is the half-time whistle. It's 2-0 to the Steels now. And the first goal coming from the corner, seemingly maybe perhaps going directly in from Thomas Poole, or maybe took an own goal, or maybe Ross Goodwin taking the touch. But then no question about the second one. Thomas Poole from the free kick. An epic curling goal into the top corner. And that is going to force me to have to re-edit a goal of the season video. It's 2-0 here for the Steels. We will see you in 15 minutes. Hello and welcome back to this Northern Premier League East fixture between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Pontefract Collieries. I'm your commentator, Adam Allcroft, and right now it's 2-0 Stocksbridge Park Steels. We're calling it a brace for Thomas Poole at the moment. May well be an own goal or Ross Goodwin having that first goal, but at the moment, Stocksbridge are doing everything they need to do to go 2-0 up. And there was a goal just before the end of the first half that's worth telling you about. Sheffield are 1-0 up on Long Eaton. Sheffield have been doing us some proper favours this over the Easter weekend, almost as good as an Easter egg. So it's back now for Pontefract. We're preparing to take this kick-off as we are praying for it. Pontefract did almost come back against the Steels when we played them at Beechnut Lane. It was 3-0 to the Steels there before. Well, Pontefract made it 3-2 in a very nervy end as they almost completed a stunning comeback. They'll be thinking, ooh, if we did it then, we can do it again now. 154. So Pontefract are on the line. They're looking like they're going to have a big charge towards goal here with the way they're lined up. Referee is making his final few checks as we're just waiting for the whistle. And here we go. So Pontefract kick the game off in the claret and blue shirts, claret shorts and sky blue socks. So Steels get an early free kick there. And kicking from left to right, that is Pontefract. And while Stocksbridge Park Steels in the yellow and blue shirts, blue shorts and blue socks kicking from right to left. The teams are as follows. It's Ben Townsend in goal for the Steels. Then it's Bailey Ty Baker, Jack Tinker, Keegan Townrow, Charlie Oglesby, Ethan Bojang, Curtis Turner, Ross Goodwin, who's the captain, Luke Rawson, Thomas Poole and Lewis McCaskill. The benches Jordan Lemon, Alex O'Connor, Charlie Wood, Ifya Fabu and Zach Durnley. For Pontefract, the team is Lloyd Allington in goal, Jack Greenhoff, Jack Shepherd, Harry Spratt, Spencer Harris, Spencer Clark, Gavin Roffery, Cody Cormack, James Baxendale came on for an injured Declan Bacon in the first half, Adam Priestley, and then Mikey Dunn. Their benches Jack Steers, James Baxendale, Jordan Emery, Ben Turner, and Jamie Williams. Ball going long for Goodwin, who slips over as it gets cleared away by Pontefract. Turner's going to try and keep the pressure on with that header. Poole's going in for the second one, heads it on for Goodwin. Touch goes more backwards, more of a defensive touch that, but he does lay off for Baker. It's a poor lay off for Baker, and it goes out for a throw into Pontefract there. But looking to take a quick throw in here, and they do get it back in play, looking for Dunn, but it's a poor touch from Dunn that's going to go bounce out for a goal kick. Bit lax there from the Steels in midfield. There, allowing Pontefract to try and get a counter going. Brighouse have taken a 2-goal lead against Ossett United. Joshua Grant there. Ossett now in real trouble of relegation. Only 3 points above the relegation playoffs at the moment. Yeah, back for Townsend to take. Now. And then just preparing to take his goal kick out. Sending it long, looking for Goodwin here. Goodwin will miss the header, head back to Shepherd, who heads it forward, and all the way back to Tower is just going to cover that, and allow for Oglesby to slice the clearance wide, and the Steels there just a bit slow out of the traps coming out for this second half at the moment. 47 minutes gone, it is 2-0 to the Steels. So it's going to be the long throw from Greenhoff. We're going to see a lot of that in this second half, I'm sure. Throw goes in, but headed away by Townrow, really strong. Back for Greenhoff, who's going to head that right back in, and it's controlled in the box by Pontefract, back in midfield. Touch gets it away from their attacker. It's on the right-hand side foot, or Cromack right now, but it's well tackled from McCaskill there, and it's going to go out for a throw-in on this right-hand side. It's going to be the same sort of routine, though, as Pontefract look to get back into this one. Last thing the Steels want to do is concede an early goal in the second half. It might feel a bit like the Shildon game. That was the last time the Steels took a 2-0 lead, and we lost 3-2 in that one in the end. Long for height, very lot of height on that throw in. It's headed right up into the air by Baker, still in there. Here comes a volley from Spratt, and it's just over the bar. Not great defending from the Steels, but a huge let-off because Spratt just did not get his body over it at all and sends that one well over. Really, that should be 2-1, and Pontefract right back in this game. Back now for Townsend to take. Townsend is sending it long. It's good enough, heads it on. McCaskill's going to get to the second ball, takes it down, but it's kicked away from him. Baker will rush on, certainly send it long for Rawson to chase, and Rawson's going to fight for it. Rawson gets a touch on. He's going to break a goal, needs to lay it off. Tries to lay it off, looking at McCaskill. It's not a great final pass, and it's going to be cleared away. Hey, Priestley dunked on that long ball, and it's going to be Mikey Dunn who gets onto it. He's going to have Baxendale as an overlap option. Instead, Dunn is going to try and turn Baker, gets it to Baxendale eventually, but he's got his back to goal. Back to Dunn now. Dunn's going to be challenged by Baker all the way, and he's going to get past Baker. And he's been caught out of position now. The right backers now Pontefract trying to get it to the other side, but it's very, very poor pass. Still over the top of two players, never mind the one. It's out for a throw in there. Just wishing Rawson had the better pass there to lay it back for McCaskill, else it could easily be 3-0. For the throw in here for Tinker to take. Tinker taking his time with this throw in now as well, as I think there's 2 balls on the pitch. Just the one. It's not been cleared how he will get back to play as Tinker looks for his options. Surprisingly, Goodwin not there to take it. Instead, he's going to throw it down for Rawson, but it's going to be headed away by Rothery back for Tinker, who knocks it long, but it's been blocked off and comes off the referee, and the referee has to stop it because of the deflection there. Pontefract will get the ball back here if it deflects off the referee and goes back to a Stocksbridge player. Cromack asking for the ball now. Goal at Hillsborough to tell you about. It's 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Dennis Adeniran. Back for Cromack here, who's going to immediately clip the ball in. I think the Steel's thinking it's free kick. Free kick goes in. Saved at the near post by Townsend. He saved it onto the post as well. And then eventually, Town Road clear. Steels are not at the races so far in this second half. I think the Steels just not awake at all for it, realising it was going to be just a drop ball, not a free kick. Too much respect from the Stocksbridge side there, really. And it almost led to Pontefract taking lead. It wasn't a clean save from Townsend, but it was enough to push it onto the post and keep it from sneaking in at the near post. It's going to be another long throw opportunity for Pontefract, though, who have been in the ascendancy in the second half. Not many defensive options. Jordan Lemon, your only really defensive option on the bench as well today. Header goes away from Stocksbridge, still in the box before Bojan gets the next header out, still not out of the box, bounces in the box before Tinker gets the big boot away, and it's McCaskill chasing onto it. See if he can take his counter, takes a good first touch, sliding challenge goes in, and it's a heavy from Spencer Harris. It's going to be a booking for sure for the centre-back, and it is a booking for Harris. And there's some, just so you know, there's a couple of swears from Spencer Harris as he gets a well-deserved booking, and there's also a player down as Spencer Clark is down in the opposition box. I don't know why Harris went in there with the foul language, considering it's the most deserved yellow card you'll see in the game. Goal teller at Worksop Town have taken a 1-goal lead against Carlton, and Michael Emery has scored that. Come on. We're just waiting for... Clark is going to return to the defence now. I imagine he would anyway. Taking a weird route though, running right in front of Thomas Poole. We actually know he has been forced off. He's going to go into the sidelines here, but you imagine he'll be running straight back on here. Thomas Poole, chance to get a quality delivery in. Here comes Poole. He's going to throw short here, and he can easily clear away, but it's going to go back to Thomas Poole, and Poole's going to take the touch to Turner. Back to Turner here, who gives it back to Poole on the left-hand side at the moment. Tries to get it down, but being blocked off by Greenhoff. Bojan will head it on from McCaskill. Handball from Pontefract, not given. Goodin's going to chase onto it. It's fell fighting for Stocksbridge. Back to McCaskill, and a good tackling from Greenhoff knocks out for the throw-in. Look, and Tinker's going to go over. Steele's finally showing some attacking intent in this second half. See Jordan Lemon's playing ball boy there, drying the ball off of the man who's replaced him. In one of our fetching hats as well. You wouldn't think it's April. It goes to Poole, chests it down, trying to keep it in Poole, but it's been closed off really well. So hasn't worked out that throw in there for the Steels. Back now here for Allinson to take the goal kick. But just a bit of a waste of a throw in there as the rain is coming back down again with some weight to it. Long from Allinson. Goodwin's looking to get his head onto that, but it's headed backwards by Goodwin. Town Row manages to change its direction, but it's still in the air and being controlled well by Priestley. He gets it back after the 1-2, trying to switch play, but Tinker's onto that first, and he's going to send that long. McCaskill's going to go 5, but that falls quite short here, but he's not got the good control onto it. Gets the second touch, though. Bojan knocks it forward, and he gets the second touch, Bojan, but it's still been the Pontefract midfield. Baxendale trying to get through, but Tinker's done well, and Tinker's sending it long. Rawson's going to chase it with Clark on it, and Clark's getting forward, but Clark uses his body to block it for Allinson. clears it away. Turner's going to head it back onto the right wing. Poole's going back to chase that and keep it in play. He does keep it in well. Back for Baker. Baker puts the pass through here to Turner. Back with Goodwin, and he's going to send it over the top long, but no one was there. It's out for a throw-in. Poor final ball from Goodwin here. Going to be a substitution here. Pontefract second of that. Jack Steers is going to come on, and he's coming on for the box. Harris. It's rare you see a centre-back change, but I'm wondering if they're a bit worried that Harris might get himself sent off here. Steers the man coming on. Different sort of build, taller defender. Maybe looking to see if he can add more aerial ability in the opposition box from those throw-ins and corners. Hey, right now it's a throw for Shepherd to take in front of the local advertising hoarding. He throws it down the line, headed on, and it's going to be chased by Dunn, but it's going to go and play for another throw, and this time it's going to be Stockbridge's throw. So we are 54 minutes into the half. It is 2-0 to the Steels here. And there's some good news as Hebburn have equalised against Dunstan. Liam Murray has scored that goal. Would give us a 6-point lead over 6th place playoffs, as well as Long Eaton being in between us. So Baker will throw it down the line. Rawson tried to do it, but he's going to give away a free kick. Rawson for that push. Rawson not happy about that, but it's just going to know about Rawson needs to get back into position rather than complaining about it, really. And Rawson is now going to rush back in because they are going to, even though it's in the Pontefract half, they're going to look to try and get this into the box. This is going to be Pontefract's MO for the rest of the game. Get that ball into the box and let's see what happens. Rawson, clean header out though. McCaskill's going to push out, and as they quickly try to get the ball back in play, Cody Cormack just gets it kicked it right out onto the banking here. Steels will have it back now. So it's back now here for Townsend. Well, if you've got Townsend, it's going to be for Tinker to take the throw. I think it was goal kick, so go back to him. Another goal in that workshop game. Workshop taking a 2-goal lead against Carlton. Luke Hall to score that one. Tinker throwing it down the line, looking for Rawson, but it's going to be headed away from him. Goes out playing, going to be another Stocksbridge night next to the halfway line. Tinker gets another chance to throw it down. Oh, God, Notts County leading Wrexham in that crucial game. Putting down line to Rawson, who touches it on, but it's not very far, and Pontefract able to head it out without much challenge. It's caught in midfield for Cromack, sending it long. Macedon's going to try and challenge Tarrant, but Tarrant able to head it away. Turner's racing to get to it first, but Shepherd is there. Shepherd knocks it on. It's not come off Turner there. It's going to be a throw into Pontefract on that far side. Going to be left here for Green, for Shepherd to take. Wonder when the long throws are going to start from this sort of distance. Throwing it down the line. Looking to control it in. Ball going in. Tomro gets a touch onto it. Tinker's going to race on, and he's going to clear it down, and Lewis McCaskill is going to challenge for it. So Steers doesn't get the first touch. He's going to pass it back to Allison. Lewis McCaskill might get onto it, but Allison just about clears it away. Just inches away, McCaskill, from being able to do something with that, or even just close Allison's clearance down. Ball going long here. So Priestley, who kicks it over the top of his own head, here to Dunn on the right wing. It's a poor control from Dunn, though. Tinker gets onto it. His clearance is closed down. It's going to go back here to Greenoff, who put a quality-looking ball in. I know it's a stumble there from Townsend as he punched out. And it's there's a bit of a dispute as it's going to... Townsend's gone down there as he was getting challenged there. It's going to be a free kick to Stocksbridge. Referee initially gave the corner, but it's going to be a free kick. Just so you know, by the way, not Wrexham have equalised against Notts County. Good game there. So Townsend's down, and we're going to need some physio work here for Ben Townsend after that. So a bit of a scary moment as Townsend down injured. There is no goalkeeper on the bench. Alex White-Ingram not here today. There was a goal to tell you about that as well. Brighouse are now 3-0 up on Ossett. Mohamed Kasim scoring the latest goal. We have had a few scared Townsend, especially early on in the Steel's career. Oh, it seems to be when we don't have the goalkeeper on the bench. And now we're just getting substitutions. So he is back on sitting up, Townsend. So hopefully we'll see him back up on his feet very soon. North Shields have gone 3-0 up on Shildon. Daniel Wilson has scored the latest goal there. The relegation threatened teams, quite a few of them doing very poorly. Grantham Town will be very happy because they're getting out of the bottom four at this rate. So, and Townsend is now back to his feet, and we will resume play. Townsend will Now with his free kick, even though it's basically a goal kick, sends it long, looking for Goodwin, who does head it on well. Poole tries to get onto it, but it just bounced unfavorably. Goes to Clark, who kicks it right back. Tinker will head that ball forward away. It's going to be a bit of head tennis at the moment, as Turner's latest head it on. McCaskill is going to get his feet, tries to turn out the challenge, but Roffrey gets in Bojang in there well, and Bojang is fouled there, and it may well be, is it a second yellow for Spratt now, who's going to get a talking to, and Spratt's already been booked once, and it looks like it, I swear Spratt got booked. And Spratt is just going to get a talk to. He's going to get the yellow card. I thought he'd already been booked once in this game. He hasn't been, and it is just another yellow for Pontefract. I'm going to have to get a list on who's been booked in this game or not, because there's quite a few Ponte players now on yellow cards. Yeah, Harry Spratt was cautioned on the 45th minute, but has just been cautioned again. That's 2 bookings for Harry Spratt, and he's not been. Ball goes on. McCaskill's trying to chase on, so he's been blocked off though by ball going to play goal kick. I'm pretty sure there that Harry Spratt, the number 4, has been booked twice now. Well, that's an interesting one, but where's Dave Towler when you need him? No. Dave Towler's giving me the no, he hasn't been booked twice. There might have been a mistake earlier. Or maybe it was Baxendale who got booked as wearing 14 as well. I do like the Chinese whispers that got it all the way down to Dave, though. I appreciate the teamwork that's gone on there. Anyway, the ball's in midfield now. Rawson's just got it here, and he's just been forced wide, but he's been robbed of the ball there, and it's just a fight for field. Baker fighting for it. Rawson's managed to get away the ball. He's going to lay it down for Poole to chase, and can Poole get the beating of Shepherd? He doesn't. Shepherd's going to pass it back to Allinson, who will slice it forward. Only back to Turner. Turner takes a touch, lays it off for Bojang. Bojang tries to beat the man. He goes down a bit too easily, Bojang. He won't get the foul, but Tinker just latch onto it, and Rawson might be able to get it. Offside flag is up on Rawson. He does kick it into the net, but it's not going to count. It was Tinker's pressure high up the pitch. That works there. We're going to go with Baxendale, got the other yellow, I think. Right, ball goes down long. Bojang heads it away, but Steers then gets it away. Head tennis again. You know, that one was a volley, but it's going to be volley tennis. As Tamro gets away. Just staying in the air for a long time at the moment, but Poole chests it down to Goodwin, who puts it immediately back in the air again. Oh, it's like volleyball, this. Just waiting to see who spikes it. Has now almost bounced feet. Tinker's got in. Tinker is now down at the feet there of Steers, who's knocked it on for Dunn, and Dunn may have broke free here, but Townsend's covering it and just going to kick it for a throw-in here. And then Townsend's going to knock it away so he has time enough to get back into the ball. Goal. That came out to nothing, and it didn't even get much reaction from the Pontefract travelling support, which was a bit of a surprise. So Greenhoff will try the long throw here again. Has caused some problems. The Steelers have been able to deal with it up to now. Go short this one, but Baker heads it away. Turner's going to get onto it next time and head it further out. And Greenhoff's just going to track that all the way. And I think he's going to go for another long throw this time, though. It's more of a diagonal towards him in the corner. Here comes another long throw in. Misses Baker, goes all the way through. Goodwin gets the first header away. Second goes to Pontefract. Priestley looking to turn. Clearance out to the edge of the area. Volley goes in, and it's just wide of the top corner for Pontefract. Was again the long throw causing some problems, but the Steels managing to survive just about now. It's the 62nd minute, and it is right now. Oh, 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels, but Pontefract are being the better side in the second half so far. So, I think I'm getting an explanation.
It would have been in book
first. That was my theory. We're thinking the theory we've got is that Baxendale was booked in the first. We'll all blame Dave for getting excited that there was going to be a red card. Everyone blame Dave in the comments. Ball is with Pontefract right now. They're looking to get the turn on. and they do get the turn quite well. It's a good ball here to Greenoff. It's opened up. Green is a close down by McCaskill, gets it down to the right wing here for Roffery, who's immediately closed down by two Steels players, and then it's McCaskill who gets the tackle in, and McCaskill's looking to turn this into attack, but the tackle goes in on him before Bojang just boots that onto the top of the stand. So going in here, going to the edge of the area, it's another tackle in there from Oakley, going to be a throw in right next to that corner flag, and this is where Greenoff will be looking to cause more problems with this long throw that we've seen probably about 15 times already in the second half. I don't know if you can get over under throw-ins, but on throw-ins in this level, but definitely over. Throwing goes in, headed on, going to go to the edge of the area, but McCaskill gets a sliding challenge in on him. Free kick, they're going to give advantage for it because the Steels are on the counter attack. Turner going to look for Baker on the right hand side. Hull needs to get onside, but Baker's cross is poor and it's going to be easily covered by Cromack, who is now going to clear away. Being blocked off actually by Turner, but I think that's going to go out for a goal kick eventually. And I think the referee is now going to go back and try and get the yellow for that foul. And it's going to be number 7, Gavin Roffery, who's told to come over. And Roffery's ignoring him at the moment. Just heard a gav from the referee. As if he's basically, well, it's as if he's telling off a naughty schoolboy who's not paying attention to him. Which I suppose to the referees, they're all kind of like naughty schoolboys. Roffery going to get... He's just going to tell enough. I'm surprised it's not in the book. I imagine because it was able to continue, that is why he's able to get away with that one. Anyway, back with Allinson now, who's going to send it long, and it's going to bounce over everyone. Macadam was looking to see if he can get onto that, but instead it's going to be allowed to go by Townsend. Goal kick here for the Steels. We are 65 minutes into this game, and it is 2-0 to the Steels at the moment. Now with Townsend to take this goal kick. Sending it long, looking for Goodwin, who backs into his man, but steers able to head her away, goes to the right wing for Poole, who's clipping one forward for McCaskill to fight for, and he gets somewhat of an header onto it, but in the end it's enough, gets him away enough for Steers chase, and now Priestley might be able to break down the left wing for Pontefract, but it's going to bounce out of play for a Steels throw-in. Was wondering if maybe one of the Stocksbridge defenders got a touch onto it. That's what Baxendale thinks anyway. But instead it's back for Baker to take this throw-in. Going to get a good long throw down. Goodwin's going to go down there. No free kick. Guinness going to bounce back out for another Stocksbridge throw-in, which has aggravated Craig Rouse to no end. You would think that if penalties just go against him with the way he just reacted to that. I think I just heard another naughty word from the Pontefract players on that pitch. Throwing goes in, it's headed away by Pontefract, but Stockbridge headed out for Rawson, who takes a touch. He's going to try and get it down the line, but it's out to play first, and it's going to be Pontefract's throwing. Rawson just can't do enough to keep that in, and it goes back now to Pontefract. On the left-hand side here, throwing going down here, but Turner gets a head onto it, then headed back on from Baxdale, but Baker able to clear it. Goodwin on, looking to fight for it, but Priestley's won that fight there. Priestley looking to switch play here, and he's done it well to Greenoff against the touch, but it's a poor touch. Greenoff did go down, I think, looking for the free kick. He's not going to get it. And now it's back in Townsend's arms. Townsend's going to send it long here. And it's a poor touch from Pontefract. Poole continues to close down. Rawson close down the clearance, and it's going to be a throw into Ponty. Throwing down the line from Pontefract. They're getting as further away as possible. Bounce off a few players, and a handball's given to Pontefract. Didn't see it myself, but Rouse saw it, so we know Craig Rouse is always right when on a referee's decision. It's a free kick, and as we see with the free kicks, they're going to do every attempt to get it into the box. It's Cody Cromack with the free kick. Lewis McCaskill standing to get it in. And the referee is not having it. He's taken it 3 yards back, put it down himself, the referee, Mr. Wright, just to make sure Cody Cromack can't take in a few more yards. I do like this referee. He is not standing for anything. Cromack will put the ball in. It's going to reach the edge of the area. It's chested down by Pontefract. Goes here to Tinker, who's able to clear it. Pool's going to challenge for it. Heads it on. And McCaskill might have to go one-on-one. There's a little nibble on him, but McCaskill's going one-on-one with the keeper. Just the keeper to be. McCaskill takes it. Great save from Allinson. Oh, McCaskill is back on it. This isn't over yet. Beats his man, McCaskill. Oh, trying to get down to the byline, but eventually it's touched out. It's going to go for a goal kick now, but really that should be 3-0. McCaskill going one-on-one, but you have to praise Lloyd Allinson for making a fantastic save there. Should be 3-0 though. Shildon have got one back against North Shield. Billy Grulick-Smith, the goal scorer there. Just heard a scream of agony from Lewis McCaskill there as he realised, and he looks very unhappy with himself there. He just needs to get his head up now and not think about that chance, but think about the next one as the Steelers just get a free kick from a shove in the back. 69 minutes go. It's a nice result for the Steelers so far. 2-0 at the moment. Just could have been 3 though. That's just the frustrating part. As we're kind of just hoping that Hebburn go take the lead at some point in this game as well. Townsend coming over to take this free kick. Just taking his time with it, the former Ransworth goalkeeper. There is a goal to tell about in the playoff race. We'll tell you about that in a moment. Going looking for Rawson on the right wing, and he does take it into his feet, Rawson well. Being challenged by a couple of players. Looking for the overlap for Poole now. Instead, Rawson's going to go himself. Putting a ball in, it's been skidded back, and it's not really cleared yet by Clark. Goodwin closing in, but he's now able to clear it out. Baker's first onto it. Baker's going to clip it down the line. Poole tries to keep it in, but in the end, it goes back to Pontefract, who have cleared it all the way back to Townsend. So the goal tell about that Stockton have gone 2-1 up on Consett. Nathan Mulligan has scored for them. Doesn't really affect us at this point. Blowing long here, headed away though to Turner, who's going to not touch it onto Poole on the right-hand side. Poole's looking for the run of Turner, but I think Turner just doesn't have the pace there, and Spratt is able to cover, and I think he's cleared it off Turner as well, very smartly. Throwing to Pontefract here in their own left-back position. Well, Steve Turner's prediction of McCaskill to score almost coming true there in the comments. Going down from Shepherds. Big throw downwards. Baker will head it away. And it's a good touch here from the midfield, though, from Cromack, who's knocked it down the right-hand side. Greenoff's going to win this race with Tinker. He's going to get down the right-hand side. Tinker's mashing him all the way. The ball's going in, but it's not a great ball. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Great from Tinker. Looks like the Steelers are preparing a substitution with Alex O'Connor preparing to come on here. O'Connor's been in great form since having started the last few games, and he'll have a right to feel aggrieved about being dropped for this one. He's one of the fittest players in the squad for sure. So he definitely could have done 2 pairs of 90. But now it looks like he will be coming on soon to add more energy into this midfield. Ball going on. McCaskill will head it on, but it's only going to go back to Greenoff, who knocks it long, deflected by Bojan, but still gets to its man. And as we just see Turner get tripped there as Baxendale was racing onto it, and Baxendale referee's going to go over to Baxendale. We think Baxendale might be on a booking. He's not going to get talked to. It's just going to be a free kick. So right now, we are in the 72nd minute at the moment. It's 2-0 to Stocksbridge. 18 minutes plus added time to go. Right now, no drama like we've seen at some of the other games at the moment. Townsend will send it long. Looking for Rawson, who heads it on. It's going to do a second header as well, but then Spratt's able to clear it. Back for Townrow to head it for Turner. Turner's going to take it to his right-hand side in his own half before sending it long for Goodwin to try and chase. But then it's blocked off by Clark then, who will get it out for a throw-in on the right-hand side. Steele's throwing. Back here for Baker now to take this throw-in. Baker trying to throw it inwards. It's bounced off the chest of Rawson's. Pontefract do clear. Tinker trying to get in there, and Dunn is able to get a ball forward, and it's no one's there for it. Townsend's going to wait for that to come into his box before picking it up. He did have Gavin Rothery keeping him honest there. And Townsend will just take his time here. getting into play. Ross Goodwin seems to have moved into centre forward for a bit there, as he's looking here for Rawson, who knocked away from him to Bojang, who's tried to volley it forward, but just going to go now back for Allinson, who's taking his feet just outside of his box. Rawson is trying to, not really closing down, but he's sort of hovering over. Ball going long, but Oakley heads it back way and draw. McCastle needs to turn, find some space. He can't. Tackled by Spratt. Goodwin comes in, knocks the ball off Spratt, but it goes here to Shepard before it goes into midfield and is sprayed out forward. And Townsend will come collect that. This game seems to have just gone very quiet at the moment. Pontefract not offering too much up front after their rally at the start of the game, and Steele's seemingly quite happy just to let this game peter out in a way. Goal difference could be important though, especially with us being 6 points ahead of Dunstan. Ball's just going to bounce here from Pontefract. They kept the team quite well there, and I don't think Steele's there really aware, and it's opened up on the left-hand side for Pontefract. They've got space here. Comes a low crossing, blocked off by Oxby. It's a sliced volley there from Pontefract. It was a great opportunity for a goal, and Steele's are able to clear. McCaskill here, who will turn in as an injury to one of the Pontefract players there in the box, and the surprise the game stopped because it's not actually a head injury, and it's Gavin Roffery who's down in the box, and we're going to see the Pontefract physio come on here. So while we've got a break, we'll have a little look at the league table for now. So right now the change is that Stocksbridge will move up to 4th in the table. That's because of Long Eaton losing 1-0 at Sheffield at the moment. Dunstan 1-1 there. It means we increase our gap on Dunstan to 6 points there. Just in the relegation battle, so Grantham are moving out of the relegations over there 1-0 win. And in fact, Lincoln, Carlton, and Shildon are losing. Shildon move into the bottom 2 and an automatic relegation place should no one be relegated by ground grading or other reasons. Association Ethan Bojang, who I think had a great game today, is going to come off, and Alex O'Connor is going to be the man coming on. Alex O'Connor has been in great form over the last few games, especially in that Tadcaster win. And now he's going to... Referee can't put any weight on that leg noticeably as he's going off. I'm just watching as he's heading off over that side of the pitch. So I suspect we'll see a Pontefract substitution very soon. Hey, Sam Ewins is going to be friendly. Sheffield Wednesday are now 3-0 up in their game on Accrington. Liam Palmer latest to score. Welcome to Wrexham's going to be good next year. Wrexham may have gone from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. That's going to be a great episode. Going to be a bounce ball here in the middle. Turner's going to take, as we just waited, Ben Turner is the man who's going to come on for Pontefract for Roffery. With these injuries coming up, and there we... So that's Turner coming on. As Lewis Picasso just gets one final order, stay on side. As Turner's going to send it long, and no one's really going to chase that. It's just going to go back to Allinson here. A bit of a waste, really. Not sure what they were planning to do. Good on Sammy Williams helping Rotherham off, because there's him and the Pontefract physio there have arms around him as they're helping him off. I do like a bit of sportsmanship. But you don't typically see in Pontefract. It's just, they do normally end up quite aggressive affairs. And Pontefract on the attack now. It's a good ball here. Back the byline. Ball kicks in, misses the header, but it's gone to the byline, and it's Mikey Dunn looking for space. He can't find it, goes to the left-hand side, peels for offside, and the offside flag is going to go up. It's Michael Dunn just couldn't get it down in time, and the Seals players, with great defence, were able to close him down and able to stop that being a chance. Stockton are now 3-1 up on Concert. They seem to enter in the playoffs with some good form now. Tom Coulthard there with their 4th win in a row to make it 3-1 against Concert. Townsend is going to send it long, looking for McCaskill. We've gone over the top of everyone. And Rawson's going to pay chase, but I think he's just a bit too far away. Greenoff is able to clear, but only back to Tinker, who heads it up looking for McCaskill, but it's going to get right back into that tense position. They're actually going to allow that to roll out for a throw-in. So it is, we are in the 77th minute at the moment, still 2-0 to Stocksbridge. I think it was about now when Pontefract started that comeback. Fabu looks like he's returning to the bench here. but he's going to be zipping up his coat, I think, so I don't think we're going to see him. Oh, he's unzipping. He's going to be we're likely to see Fabu come on very shortly. As the ball's bouncing favourably here for Pontefract in a good position. Going to Spratt in some position. Spratt's got some space to move in on goal. He's going to be forced leftwards here to Turner, who's got his first touch of ball. Pass it sideways to Cromack. He's going to lay it off, looking for the right wing here for Baxendale. Tries to put the ball in. It's been deflected, and O'Connor has it. And now he laid off to McCaskill, who's going to knock it off the Pontefract man and earn a throw in. Smart play from McCaskill there. Stocksbridge looking just to not wind down the clock. They're still looking to have an attacking threat, but not take any needless risks and take smart moves like that just to wind that clock a bit further down. Tinker throws it down, going to bounce just here to Steers, who's able to clear it up. Townrow's going to charge onto it, pass it forward to O'Connor. One touch pass back to Gooden, who's going to send one for Poole to chase, but it's well ahead of him, and it's going to be given to Shepherd, who pass it back to Allinson, and Allinson boots that one well forward. Goodwin gets somewhat of a header onto it, and then Townrow misses that. It's going to now go here for Cromack, who advances forward. Cromack's going to take the shot, but that's blocked by Oglesby. Going to be headed sideways here, looking for Priestley, but Baker gets the clearance out. Looking for Rawson, who's looking to turn. Rawson is doing a good turn there. He needs really help on the overlap. He hasn't got it yet. Poole's now giving him an option, and he's going to try and find Poole. It's a great run from Poole. Poole's got McCaskill in the middle. It's a great touch in from Poole. Looking for McCaskill. So he slices it, and it's just wide of the near post. Just doesn't get a clean enough connection onto it. McCaskill is down on the ground. I think he's thinking of all the chances there today. He should have had at least one, but there's a great run from Thomas Poole there looking for him, and it's going to be a goal kick. Could have been free, though. Back now for Allinson, who's going to take this goal kick here. Send it long, but Turner can only head it backwards there. Turner is going to go for the next header. He's only going to head that back up in the air. Turner heads it further forward, and then O'Connor heads it on, but it only goes back to Cromack, who gets it to the left-hand side, but that just allows Baker to boot it right out of play and into the other pitch. So that's going to be taken quickly here to Cromack, who's going to knock it long, looking for Baker, but backed into him is going to be cleared away by Townrow. And then Rawson might have the break on here on the right wing. He's got no options. He's going to have to go it himself. I think he's just had to slow it down. He beats one man, beats two men. He's got an option now, but that is when the midfielders come back and tackled him. Some good work from Rawson there. Just didn't get the help early enough, really. So it's just going to go in the field. Tinker misses that header, goes to Priestley here, who touches it onto Greenoff, who's going to take the touch, looks to get it beyond him. He is going to get beyond him, but no one's there. I think that's going to bounce out for the goal kick. And it looks like Fabu is going to come on now for the Steels. Just wait to see who will be the man. And it looks like Lewis McCaskill, who's had a really good game, doing very good. He's not going to go today. He's the man who's going to come off. He gets a much needed instead of Saturday's massive match against Hebburn. And Faber will come on for the last 10 minutes of this game. Let me just at 9. Sorry, John Lemon on the bench asked me how long the game had to go. Welcome to Donnelly. We ain't got a clock. Ball going long here. It could be Pontefract trying to head it down. It's Turner trying to control it on the left wing. It's going to eventually bounce out. It's going to be Pontefract's throwing as well. Concert have got one back against Stockton Town. Calvin Smith there. And it is going to be what we've not seen in a while. The big long throw from Greenoff. We'll see what we can do. Here comes Greenoff's long throw. High and into the box. Headed on, but touched away. Appeals from Pontefract. Bounces here to the number 3 Shepherds, but his volley is blocked and Steels have it out of the box. But Pontefract are the ones on the ball. They get it through here to Clark. Out onto the left-hand side here. Back with Turner now, who's going to clip a ball into the box. It's very high. Townsend has to punch it away. Priestley goes right into him. No foul given them. Baker touches away. Can be another throw in here. You know, and it's going to be another Greenoff special, I'm sure. Who just only returned to his normal position. Steals back everyone defending other than Thomas Poole, who's there as the counter option. Throwing going in. Headed away there by Baker. Going to go back into the middle. Another ball going in. It's looking for the far end and done just almost there, just over the top of his head. Dangerous cross there. Dunn just timed his run a bit too late and just couldn't get onto it.
Clean sheet, Stocker!
That. I don't know why Pontefract are not. The Pontefract fans behind the goal have not gone to get that ball back. They're the ones chasing the equaliser. Townsend's gone into the bushes behind the goal to go fetch it. So Worksop have gone 3-0 up on Carlton. It's Alexander Starsenko who scored that one. And now Townsend, who will be happy to have wasted that time, will now eventually take his goal kick. Sending it long here, looking for Poole and Gooden, who both went up for it. Rawson gets the header on. Faber needs to get onside. He's not onside. And the flag went up. And I just heard a shout of Iffy from Ian Richards, knowing, because I think everyone saw that before it even happened. Knocked on there by Pontefract, and it's going to be a free kick to the Steels. So offside there. So it was a good idea from him if he just needed to be a yard back before he timed his run. So Tadcaster on the way to a win there. That's something 2-0 up Tadcaster against Bridlington. Ball going long but can be headed back away by Steers. Goes through to Spratt and he's going to leave that now for Turner who's trying to get one in, but it's Tinker who's back to head it away, and it's with O'Connor who pass it back to Tinker who's going to put the big long ball forward. Rawson's trying to locate the ball that allows Steers to head it back away, but only for Turner to head it back forwards. Spratt onto it, knocks it to left wing here with the winger here who's cutting inside. Good and immediately challenging as Dunn trying to weave his way through. He's going to lay it off here looking for the overlap of Turner. Turner takes it inside Baker, but Baker gets a touch onto it, and the Pontefract player goes down so softly and easily there that it's just a light breeze could have taken him down with the way he went down. As I thought Charlie Wood was going to come on, but he's getting his coat back on, so if your favourite, trying to knock on for Rawson. Rawson's looking to beat his man, but it just bounces off the legs there of Clark, who's now able to clear it. Goes out of play, though, for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Getting close to the full time. It's 85th minute here. Sills is winding this game down quite well. Baker throwing it down, but the header is gone back to Pontefract, and it's gone onto their wing, but they pass back into defence for Steers here, who sent it long, but it's been closed down by O'Connor, who just doesn't know where the ball is, unfortunately, or else he might have been able to break in there. Back in for Allison, who's now sent it long. Baker heads it away, and then it's going to go in for a throw-in here on the left-hand side. Looks like Stockton are going to seal their win against Consett. They're 4-2 up now. A Scott Fenwick own goal. He'd already scored for Consett in that game. And now Charlie Wood has taken the coat off. It looks like we will see him in the last few moments of this game. Back here now. Currently in Pontefract, we're building through their midfield. Gets it to the left-hand side. Some space here for the balls to go in, but Baker closes off pretty quickly. Back with Spratt now to the left-hand side for Shepherd. Shepherd will take his touch before giving it back to Spratt. Spratt's going to clip the ball in, looking for Dunn, and it's a key header away there by, I believe that is Tinker there, to stop that going to Dunn in a great position. It's going to be a corner kick for Pontefract, though. 86 minutes here gone. And a corner kick coming in. Steels need to defend this. Here comes, it's a good-looking corner. Header goes high up into the air, but headed away. Only going to go back here for Shepherd on the left-hand side, who tries to put the ball back, and it's poor, and O'Connor clears it, though it's deflected off the referee for the second time in this game, leading to a drop ball. Ossett have just had their goalkeeper sent off, Paul Cooper. Yeah. Ossett, with the keeper being sent off, and that means their last game is going to have no keeper. It's going to be interesting for us as they fight against relegation. Who'd have thought that at the start of the season? Bridlington Town have got one back from the spot. Andy Norfolk has made that game. And then Consett have got one back as well. 4-3 there. Nathan Greenwood. Consett getting 3 goals and we couldn't even get one. As Thomas Poole, who's had a great return to the first team, he's going to and he's been replaced by Charlie Wood. Great game from Thomas Poole today. You can see how we've missed him today. with how well he has played. Ball going long. Rawson's going to try and fight for this. It bounces awkwardly for him, but he's going to get his foot onto it despite being dragged around. Is eventually tackled, though, and they are clearing it away through Baxendale, who knocks it on, but that's blocked by Turner, and no one's really lively to it until clock gets on it. Fabu thinking of closing down, and said he's a bit hesitant about it, and Allison's going to clear this one away with very little trouble. Sent long here. Osley heads it away. Back into midfield for Spratt, but it goes back to Wood, who gets it again at the second time after his clearance goes up. Looks for Rawson, but headed away by Steers, who's I think the only man who's taller than Rawson on this pitch. Tinker heads it away, but only goes with poor touch there actually by Cormac. Goes back to Greenough anyway. Gets it back here to Cormac, looking for the wing, but no one's overlapping. Oglesby clears that one away. Faber's going to fight for it, head it on. Looking for Rawson, but well sorted by Steers, who's been the best centre-back for Pontefract since he's come on. He's cleaned up quite a lot in that defence that the Steels are taking advantage of in the first half. Poor pass from Pontefract there, just giving it right away to be a throw into the Steels. 89 minutes gone. We will probably see the added time board come on very soon, as Brighouse have now made it 4-0 from the spot there. Rion Benjamin Potts scoring there. Ossett in real trouble now. Tinker throwing it down the line, looking for Ross. He's been held. He touches it on to O'Connor, but he knocks it on. It's not out. Played by protestations on the house, and Turner takes a touch, beats the man. Turner's going to look for a runner of Fabu. Just going to curl away from him there, and it's curling quite favorably for Turner, who's going to allow that to go out for a throw. What a game. And it's going to throw that into defence here now, all the way back for Allinson. Allinson's going to take the touch, rolls it out of his box here, taking his time before sending it long here. Baker, it looks like Tamro's going to go up for the header and get that win. That's going to go out, and it's going to be a Steels throw-in, which has given Rouse an aneurysm. Baker will have this throw-in. I think he might have been right, but it is a throw-in at the end of the day. Throwing down the line here. Rawson will head it on. It's touched away though by Pontefract. Rawson fights for it, but he can't get it out of his feet, so Pontefract come away with it. Baxendale touches it to the left wing to Turner. Looking for Priestley, but Baker just clears that one right out, smashes off the fence before going out for the throw-in. Goes in now here for Turner. Goes on the left-hand side. Everyone back for Stocksbridge. Going to skim it the sideways, but Turner passes it out looking for Fabu, but he can't get the touch onto it. And it's now back here for Pontefract. He gets knocked out for another throw-in. We should be in the 90th minute at this point. Actually, almost in the 91st. We haven't seen the board go up. Liam Hughes has just made it 4-0 to Worktop against Carlton, as we see Greenhoff put a big, long throw into the box. Being touched away, appeals for handball Turner. They're not happy about that, the Pontefract players, as it's fought on by Turner again. And Turner just needed to release it. He's released it to a Connor needs to be outside and Fabu bursting. He's got two options. He is looking for Wood, and it's almost Wood at the far post, touching it on. Wood needs to fight for it because it's still on. Allison's come all the way out. Steels have had a million chances that they haven't taken. It could easily be 3 or 4 today. And now Pontefract have it. They're going to look for Greenough on the right, and this could be a counter-attack for Pontefract. Greenoff looking for the overlap of Mikey Dunn. Fine's done on the right-hand side, but it's been closed down, and it's going to be a corner kick. Should be 3-0 there, really. Just the fireball lacking it. Shildon have got another one back in soft shield. It's 3-2 there. Jack Volk selected to score there. So it's going to be a nervous end for North Shields down there. So I think we've got 4 minutes added on here as the ball goes in. It's a good looking corner. Rises highest, but over the top. I think it was Jack Steers there who rose higher than everyone else, but puts header over the bar. Stocksbridge get lucky to make sure they're not having the nervous end. We're 2 minutes into 4 minutes of stoppage time. And Goodwin's just taking his time to get up there. But I do wonder if that might be a bit of a tactical thing from Ross Goodwin. Townsend is going to send out. I can hear Townsend shouting from here about someone moaning. And Townsend is going to send it long, but it might just go right out of play. This it does. It's a poor kick from Townsend. It's going to allow Pontefract to keep some of this pressure on. So there isn't too much urgency about it. Goodwin just harasses and it's going to go to Spratt and then knocked out play for another Pontefract throw-in. Ossett's 4-0 loss against Brighouse has been confirmed. 4-0 loss to Brighouse, Ossett are now only 3 points above the relegation zone. Ball comes in from Pontefract, looking from the left-hand side, and it's Tinker who heads it away, and it's only Slight that clears away, but gets onto O'Connor, who's looking to challenge. Big sliding challenge stops him. Pontefract will keep this going here with Baxendale. Baxendale's putting a good-looking ball in. Townsend gets a punch onto it. No foul given, but Townrow will clear it away to a Faber, who's looking to hold and beat the man, and he does. He gets tripped a bit and stumbles. Advantage given, and the foul is eventually given. Faber with a little push away, and his man as he gets it as well. Sheffield have beaten Long Eaton 1-0. Sheffield have done us some proper favours there. So it's back now for Town, I think. What? Is that another booking? I missed that. So it looks like Shepherd's been booked. That would be approximately our 5th booking for Pontefract. I believe it's 6 where you get fined. Ball goes forward, trying to get it right into the box, but it's just straight for Arlington there. I think Townsend's desperate to get at least 1 assist this season. Ball going low. We are beyond the 4 minutes of added time. Bounce over Priestley's going to try and chase onto it. Gets the touch, but it takes him wide, and Goodwin gets a foot in. Priestley's gone down. We are being touched there. He's appealing for it still, and then it's going to go back for Wood to clear it upfield. O'Connor gets somewhat of a touch onto it, and now it's going to go back here for Cromack. And now that is the full-time whistle. Well, there hasn't been the drama in this fixture that we normally get, but we have got what we wanted. A full 3 points. Corner kick for the first goal. The corner kick from Thomas Poole came in and it went in the back of the net. We're not sure who's claimed it, whether it was Ross Goodwin, whether it was Poole himself or just an own goal. We'll see afterwards. But the most important thing was that right at the end of the first half, Thomas Poole scored a spectacular free kick. And that led to a 2-0 win for the Steelers, but it could have easily been more. I've been your commentator, Adam Allcroft. We will see you on Saturday for the home match in Hebburn, our last home match of the season, in regular season anyway. And what a season it has been so far. And we get a step closer to the playoffs. Hebburn have drawn 1-1 with Dunstan, which is a bit helpful for us, though not as much as it could have been. Anyway, it's full time here. Thank you very much for listening. We will see you on Saturday.